Alright, greetings Penanians, and welcome to a little bit of a Maplestory Idle RPG basics information video. This is not a guide, mind you, mostly because 1, I am also just starting out in the game, and 2, I don't think I'm going to be too knowledgeable or more accurately being able to, truly understand this without an actual guide myself. This video is mostly just so I can actually highlight specific things and go over the basic components. That way people can understand what these things are and what they do. So, that being said, let's start from the top left. The top left is essentially just your character information card. Shows your name that you have, your combat power, your job, guild, and how much fame. I don't know what they call it, popularity, but I'm just gonna call it fame. So, that's pretty much it for that window, and directly underneath that is how much mezzels you have and how many of those red gems you have. The mezzels can be attained from various sources, like killing mobs right now. You could probably see one right there that just dropped, as long as the red crystals. The red crystals are used for various things as well. Consider it your, let's call it the free-to-play, pay-to-win currency that you can use for certain things. For example, you can use it to summon more weapons, more companions, and whatnot. But we'll get to that later. And directly underneath that on the left side is your current quest that you have activated. I am currently on quest 135, which quite honestly I am very far behind everybody else. I do not know how people are actually able to do that. But ignoring that, going to the middle left of the screen, you'll notice a little bell icon. That bell icon is specifically a recommended list of what you should be doing. For example, I can't read English apparently. Chapter Breakthrough, the Growth Dungeon for Hero Power, and Growth Dungeon for Enhancement says that you can clear these next stages. That means that the game assumes, based off of what you have, is that they think that you're able to clear it and you should be clearing those specifically right now. And as you can see, the other parts do not say that you can do them as the recommended, which means you're probably either lacking the resources to do it. For example, summoning weapons. I don't actually have any tickets left because I used them all. So that is why it doesn't highlight that as recommended. And then going to the bottom left, you'll notice 3 little icons. The leftmost is Quick Hunt. This is essentially allowing you to quickly hunt a specific amount of mobs. For example, if you read at the very bottom, it says the number of kills increases by 5 every time you go on a quick hunt, which is a maximum of 3,000. And it allows you to claim the rewards by hunting 1,070 mobs if you like to look at the middle, which I recommend that you use the free one towards the end of the in-game day. So right before, like an hour or so before reset, this allows you to be at the furthest / highest tier area that you're in and get the most benefit. That's at least what I would recommend, and at least what I'm inferring from it. And then you also have the free one, you get 1 per day. You got tickets that you can get from various sources as well, be it event rewards, actual quest rewards, or other stuff. Then you have Watch Ad. It's essentially the same thing as the free one. It does the same amount of duration, but you get 1 per day for watching the ads. I don't want to click it yet because I'm going to do this toward the end, so we'll skip over that. And then the second from the left, this one is pretty much as an auto hunt status. This pretty much just shows you from the moment you launch the game, it shows you how much you've been farming, how long you've been farming, and what you've obtained from farming. And then, third from the left, you have this little leaf icon. This just shows you which boosters you have for your EXP. It has how many you have via the actual items and the daily ad booster. And then the other tab is just simply an in-use one, showing which one you have available. Oh, and something I missed, if you actually look at the very top left to the right-ish of that, you'll see a little icon with a little blue arrow, a blue and white arrow with a red stop sign mark on it. That, can I click it? Yeah, this one is my ad removal. This, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, I actually highly recommend that people consider buying it if you're going to be playing this game long term. This is an ad removal perk that costs around, if I recall correctly, $5 US for a whole year. I would dare say that's actually quite worth it. Yeah. Then, navigating towards the bottom middle, you'll see that it has my name, my level, my HP and MPs, and the usual thing, and a little button that's currently spinning. That is the full auto setting. If you have that enabled, it'll allow you to actually have your character automatically do things for you constantly over and over. And then going to the bottom left of the group of icons in the bottom middle, you'll see that we have a little monster icon. If you weren't paying attention to the tutorial, you'll notice a little recycle sign, a little cogwheel, and a mob itself. As you can see, it says 10 out of 34. That means I have 10 summons out of 34 that I can hold on to, and that the summon that I can summon is level 10. If I click on it once, it'll summon the elite mob right on me with that little purple origin icon that we would know from GMS. And if we click the cycle thing, this will allow me to summon elite mobs consecutively until I run out. I'm not going to do that yet because I don't need to. And if you click that little cog wheel, it'll actually tell you what level you are, how much it'll cost to level up to the next growth stage, and actually show you what you're able to actually summon based off of their tiers as well. And then, if you go to the character tab, if you click it, this shows you your character's stats and whatnot. Your attack, defense, max HP, MP, crit rate, crit damage, and attack speed, and other base stats that you can upgrade in the middle. To upgrade the one that says main stat and defense and max HP in the top middle 3, you need those little blue flowers. If I remember correctly, you can only level those. You can only get those based off of the times that you actually level up in game. As you can see, I'm only level 36, so I have to wait until I hit level 37 to get the next batch. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But from there to where do you actually get the enhancement items for the special stat that you see on the bottom, those 6 specific windows, you need the orange flower, the orange leaf. That one you can only get for every single time, if you can see it on my screen, on the top right of this window. Every time you get your Maple rank stage ranked up all the way to the max on that tab, it'll reward you with enough of those specific currency to upgrade your special stats. Moving on to the equipment tab. The equipment tab is, well, just that, your equipment. As you can see, on the left side is what you're wearing, on the right is what you have in your inventory itself. I have mine set to automatically dismantle. If you see on the bottom right window, I have it set to on, and I have it set current to whichever is lower combat power. That's probably not the best way to do it, but I just do it because I feel like that's the best. There might be a better alternative, more optimized version of that idea, but it's just what I do. Next tab is the skill tab. The skill tab is just, well, your skills, and each of them will show you when and what level you can actually unlock them at. And then the second tab is the skill enhancement. These little skill points also are obtained, if I remember correctly. Hopefully I'm not wrong, but every time you level up, you'll be able to use 3 specific per level. And there's only one thing you can level, so you just will pretty much always enhance the same one. And the last tab of the skill window is your mastery skills. These are what you can use your red gems to actually unlock for, and they'll actually require a certain amount of time to actually learn completely. Or, depending how slow you are in the game, you should have just as many acceleration coupons as I have, which will allow you to skip the entire time based on how long it actually is. Moving on again is the weapon skill, the weapon tab. This one keeps all of your weapons. For some reason, your weapons and your armor are in separate tabs. I feel like they should be the same thing. But in the weapons tab, you'll be able to select which weapon to equip as well as upgrade. For example, as you can see on the left side of the screen, it says level up at the bottom, which of the weapon shards are required. You can just click or hold to level it up. The next tab on the bottom middle is the companion tab. The companion tab, I don't remember actually when it actually is unlocked, but once you do unlock it, you'll be able to specifically select any of these characters on the right side of the screen and actually use them along with you in battle or in farming or in just anything requiring combat. And if you look at the bottom right, if you actually go back to the bottom middle and you'll see that the full auto is on, and then go back to the bottom right, you'll notice that those 3x2 tabs, 3x2 icons are the skills that you have currently equipped. The bottom rightmost button is the jump button, and the one icon above that, you can barely see it as it's currently on cooldown, is my companion summon. And then, in the middle right of the screen, you'll notice these are your potions, of which you can upgrade. Personally speaking, I just don't touch them unless the game actually tells me to do it, because I don't think I've actually died a single time in the game so far, so I just leave it alone. And then, if you go to the topmost middle of the screen, you'll notice that it says Current City 5, Stage 1 out of 10. That's pretty much where you currently are. If you click on it, you can change where you go, but honestly, there's no real reason to go backwards on map. There's really no reason. But if there's also going to be a challenge button, if you click that challenge button, it'll take you to a battlefield where you have to fight and clear specific waves of mobs. If you actually complete these and actually kill all the mobs and without at least having a single mob touch the leftmost portals, you win. The portals are a 1 life counter type deal. If one of them takes a hit, you automatically lose and you have to restart. And looks like I actually might be able to clear it. Oh, and a mini-boss will always spawn at the very end. The mini-boss is stronger than the mobs themselves and also will cause you to fail if it gets into the portal. So make sure you're constantly paying attention, as you might actually be able to run out of range and then you'll actually be forced to walk. So always be sure to constantly tiptoe along with the boss in order to constantly be within its range so you don't lose any uptime. And then, ooh, I forgot I completed the quest. And then if you go to the top right on the left side, that is your current let's call it your daily check-in and whatnot, and all your missions that you're required to complete. So like one of those will give me 10 summon coupons. That's pretty much it. You got first purchase benefit, you attendance, 14-day special, which I believe is a time-limited event. Playtime event, this is pretty much your total playtime objective for per day, I believe. And then you got the 10-day attendance. This is also just a check-in as well. Oh, if anyone's actually going to be curious about, what do you call it? Oh yeah, when the in-game time resets, if you look at, see if I can actually find it. Actually, I don't think you can see on this besides when you log in. But pretty much whenever you log in, before you click the start button, at the bottom left, it'll tell you what server you're in. I will have these transplanted in the description of the video, but it pretty much goes as such. Each different server that you're physically in has a different in-game reset time. So it's not 0 UTC for every single server. Some are +3, some are -3, some are +8. I believe since I'm in Bera 1, that is +8, which is 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone for me, which is kind of weird. But back to the top right of the top right tabs. You'll see that a little tab has a sword icon on a card with a red dot. That tells you there's something interesting here, which means this one says that I have I can actually summon some weapons because I have 33 tickets. I'm not going to summon it right now because I don't need to. And then the tab next to it, this is pretty much, let's just call it the cash shop, of which you can access all of your stuff, all the things that you can look at the purchase. And if anyone's interested in buying the ad skip pass, it's going to be underneath membership, and it's going to be the third from the top tab, and you can just purchase it. Oh, it's actually $4.39, even cheaper than I originally imagined. And then, going to the top right again, you'll have your missions, your pass, your mailbox, your costume, hero power, your, what do you call that? Enhancement scroll slot, artifacts, friend, ranking, guild, growth dungeon, world boss, party quest, and arena. If you're wondering how to actually unlock them, if you actually click on them while they're locked in, it'll tell you in the middle. This one says for the guild that I need to complete quest 140, of which I am only at 136, so I'll be able to unlock that soon and create my own guild. If anyone's going to be interested, I'm probably going to call it Peanut Jar or something related to my actual theme. But other than that, there's actually... Okay, let's see if there's anything else I need to cover. Besides, you could just claim all on those items. Passes, they're going to be the same thing. Mailbox is going to be all your stuff. The costume. Oh, costume is where all your cash shop items, like your decorative items, are going to be in here. And hero power is essentially, this is, if you look on the right half of the screen, that's technically your inner ability, and on the left side is just another enhancement that you can actually upgrade. The currency for hero power you can get by fighting the specific, I believe, yeah, the hero training in the growth dungeons tab. And then enhancement, this one is a little, if you played regular server / interactive server in GMS, it's kind of like that, where you're required to get smessels and spell traces in order to upgrade a specific item. So for example, if I click this one, it requires 150 spell traces. This is going to be a little bit more complex, so I will not be covering it, as I'm a little bit ignorant on how to optimize this or how to properly scroll stuff with the optimal scroll percentages, because I don't play regular servers, so I don't know how people normally do this. So I'll leave that for somebody else. And from there, you got your typical friends list, your rankings tab, as well as the growth dungeon that you just saw. The world boss is essentially, I would like to call, let's call it the dojo of MapleIdle, where you have to constantly fight the boss, dodge his mechanics, and actually do the most damage and trying to score as high as you can amongst everyone else in the rankings. And then from there, all we have left is, oh, perfect opportunity. If you actually see a light bulb that says on the top of the go to town button, that is where you need to go, because there's a quest available, and you can actually tell which of the 3 towns that's going to be having the quest in. If you see the Genesis one at the top right of that window, it says that there's a light bulb. So you click enter, go to a random channel, and then from there, all you gotta do is find the NPC with the light bulb. So walk around. Where is this NPC? Hello, where's my light bulb? Where is the light bulb? I think I have been scammered. Do I gotta start clicking on people? Okay, either I'm blind or I legitimately do not see the... Oh! Okay, yeah, so apparently sometimes it's just very slow. Oh, if you constantly go out of range, it refreshes it. So, click on the quest light bulb, go from there, and it'll tell you exactly what you need. Would you possibly recruit some companions to help me? And if I remember correctly, that means she wants me to summon some... Oh, she wants me to reach companion summoning level 3. And these quests are actually time limited, so you have 24 hours or whichever allotted duration that it says to do. So, it'll take me to that location, and since I need to get to level 3, if you actually look at the bottom right, it says to get to level 3, I need to get 240 more companions. I am not spending money for that, so I will more than likely ignore it until I get an event or a quest that allows me to get enough of those tickets for free. If I miss it, I miss it. I ain't spending money on that besides the stuff that I need. But other than that, that's all the actual basic components of the actual game that you need to know. If there's anything else you guys wish for me to do, or wish for me to highlight, or wish for me to actually include in this series, please let me know. Otherwise, I will probably only be recording and uploading videos for this game when there's other big events or big boss content. So, with that being said, thanks for watching and continued support. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!